Overthinking is one of the most dangerous mental traps we fall into, and the truth is, it's slowly ruining your life. You may not notice it right away. At first, it feels like you're just being careful, thoughtful, or responsible. But behind those late-night mental marathons and constant second-guessing lies something far more damaging. Think about it. How often do you catch yourself replaying old conversations, wondering if you said the wrong thing, or overanalyzing every tiny decision, what to say, what to do, how others might react? Maybe you're worrying endlessly about future scenarios that may never happen. It feels like you're just trying to be prepared, right? But in reality, overthinking is draining you, emotionally and mentally. So why do we keep doing it? And more importantly, how can we finally stop? In today's video, we'll break down exactly how overthinking keeps you stuck and how ancient Stoic philosophy holds the key to breaking free from that cycle. For many people, overthinking has become a part of everyday life. We've all had those nights lying awake, tossing and turning, replaying every little mistake or wondering about what tomorrow might bring. It's exhausting. But here's the hard truth. Overthinking isn't just an annoying habit. It's a silent destroyer. It traps you inside your own mind, keeping you disconnected from the present moment. It robs you of clarity, focus, and intentional living. The good news: Stoicism offers timeless, practical tools that can help you take back control. Great thinkers like Marcus Aurelius and Epictetus knew this struggle well. They understood how destructive our thoughts can become when left unchecked, and they left behind powerful wisdom to help us navigate the storm within. In this video, we'll explore what overthinking really does to your mind, why it's such a serious problem, and how you can use Stoic principles to finally stop the cycle. Let's begin with the first truth: why overthinking is so harmful. Number 2. How Stoic philosophy helps you break the cyclone of the core teachings of Stoicism is surprisingly simple, yet incredibly powerful. Focus only on what you can control. Sounds obvious, right? But when you're stuck in the endless loop of overthinking, that principle becomes your lifeline. Most of our overthinking comes from trying to manage the unmanageable. We stress over what others might think of us. We agonize over the outcomes of events we can't predict. We replay someone's words over and over, wondering what they really meant. It's exhausting, and it's pointless. The great Stoic minds Marcus Aurelius, Seneca, Epictetus warned us against this very pattern. They believed that pouring your energy into things beyond your control was a recipe for frustration, anxiety, and mental chaos. Instead, they urged us to shift our focus inward, toward our thoughts, our actions, and our responses. This is where the Stoic concept of the dichotomy of control comes in. It divides life into two simple categories: the things you can control and the things you cannot. Overthinking thrives when you obsess over the second category. But the moment you remind yourself of this Stoic truth, you begin to see how much time and energy you've been wasting. Letting go of what you can't change isn't giving up, it's reclaiming your peace. And when you focus solely on your own behavior, choices, and attitude, you not only reduce overthinking, you begin to live with intention and clarity. Number 3. Reframing your thoughts with Stoic wisdom. Another key Stoic tool for breaking free from overthinking is reframing. Think about it. Overthinking is often built on negative thought loops. You imagine the worst-case scenario. You replay that embarrassing moment from last week. You spiral into what-ifs that lead nowhere. But Stoicism reminds us of something crucial. It's not the event itself that disturbs us. It's our perception of it. That means we have power. We may not control what happens, but we can always control how we see it. So the next time your mind starts racing, pause and ask yourself, what can I control in this moment? That simple question redirects your energy away from fear and toward action. It moves you from feeling helpless to feeling empowered. Slowly, with consistent practice, you begin to break free from that inner storm of doubt. This mental shift isn't magic, it's a habit. But every time you choose to reframe instead of spiral, you take one more step away from the grip of overthinking. Number 4. The power of the Stoic pause. Let's talk about one of the most underrated yet powerful Stoic techniques, the Stoic pause. In a world that moves fast and demands even faster reactions, the idea of taking a pause might sound counterintuitive. but it's in that small moment of stillness that real clarity lives. The Stoic pause is about creating just enough space between your emotional trigger and your response. When your mind is cluttered, when emotions are high, instead of reacting, on impulse pause, take a breath, step back, let the wave of emotion rise and fall. Why is this so effective? Because overthinking often hijacks our ability to respond with wisdom. In the heat of the moment, our minds flood with fear, anger, or anxiety. But the pause gives us a buffer, a moment of silence where you can observe instead of react. With practice, this pause becomes a shield. It protects your energy, your decisions, and your peace of mind. And speaking of energy, what happens when we start giving it away to every little thing that bothers us? What happens when every distraction, every petty comment, pulls us into a battle we never needed to fight? Well, that's exactly what we'll explore next. When you learn to pause and reflect, you create space between the trigger and your reaction. In that space, rational thought has room to breathe. Instead of letting overthinking take the wheel, you begin to respond with clarity and intention. The more you practice this, the stronger your mental discipline becomes. Over time, this simple habit helps you manage your emotions, quiet your inner noise, and protect your peace from the chaos of overthinking. Number 5. Practical Stoic exercises to stop overthinking. Now that we've explored the theory, let's talk about what you can actually do starting today to break the cycle of overthinking. Stoicism isn't just philosophy, it's a practice. Here are 3 practical exercises you can begin using right now. 1. Negative visualization. This ancient Stoic technique might seem strange at first, but it's incredibly effective. The idea is to intentionally imagine the worst-case scenario, not to scare yourself, but to face your fear directly. By visualizing the worst that could realistically happen, you often realize it's not as terrifying as your mind makes it out to be. Once you see that even the worst outcome is manageable, you stop obsessing over it. This clears mental space and reduces anxiety. Plus, it helps you develop gratitude for what you currently have, instead of constantly fearing what you might lose. 2. The dichotomy of control worksheet. You've heard the principle, now it's time to apply it. Take out a piece of paper or open a notes app. Write down everything that's been on your mind lately. Now, split those thoughts into 2 columns. What you can control, what you can't control. This exercise is simple, but incredibly grounding. It gives you a visual separation between what deserves your energy and what doesn't. When you see it laid out clearly, you'll be surprised by how much mental effort has gone into things you have zero power over. Refocusing your attention on the can control side brings relief, direction, and momentum. 3. Mindful journaling. Your mind can feel like a crowded room, filled with noise and confusion. Journaling is how you open the door and let some of that pressure out. By writing down your thoughts, even if they seem messy, you externalize the chaos and begin to process it more logically. Set aside just 5 minutes a day. Ask yourself, what am I overthinking today? What triggered it? What's truly in my control here? This habit helps you untangle your thoughts, see patterns, and shift from emotional reactivity to calm reflection. Overthinking doesn't have to dominate your life. With small, intentional changes like the Stoic pause, reframing your thoughts, and using tools like journaling, you can begin to break free from the grip of worry. Each time you choose to focus on what matters, you reclaim a little more of your peace, your power, and your presence. If this video resonated with you, don't just close the tab and move on, take action. Like and subscribe so you never miss out on Stoic tools that can elevate your thinking and your life. I'd love to hear from you in the comments. How do you deal with overthinking? Have you tried any of these Stoic strategies? Let's share, connect, and learn from one another. And if you know someone who constantly wrestles with their thoughts, send this video their way. A small nudge could spark a big shift. Remember, mastering your mind doesn't happen overnight, but it always starts with one simple step. Take it today.